What's up guys, Phoenix here. This video is going to be another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile video, and this time it is going to be on the much requested Igknight FTK build that I played in the videos that went up the other day. Or maybe it might have just been one video. I remember there being multiple games. Can't remember if they got consolidated down to one video or not. Anyway, this is going to be a DEVpro deck profile because I do not have the lack of self-respect enough to warrant me playing this deck IRL or even building it with actual cards, because I don't wish this upon anyone, and I do not condone this sort of domestic abuse. Basically, if you want people to hate you, play this deck. But otherwise, I mean, if you have self-respect, then I probably wouldn't play this. But it's definitely something to do for fun online. But I do know quite a few people that would actually play this at an event, and I pray for their souls. But anyway, deck list is extremely standard: 3 Igknight Gallant, 3 Igknight Veteran, 1 Igknight Cavalier, and 1 Igknight Margrave, just to fill out the extra spots that got taken out from like Chicken Game and stuff. Instead of playing multiple Chicken Games and stuff, you just increased on the amount of combo cards, and the fact that these are just one-ofs and one's a high and a low scale is just relevant, and it does come into play with the siding pattern, which I will discuss a little bit later. But 3 Templar, 3 Paladin, 3 Crusader, 3 Squire, 1 Elemental Hero Blazeman, and 1 Vylon Cube. Triple Ignition Phoenix for the field spell to just kind of warrant getting more combo pieces into the mix, just to make it a little bit easier for your FTKs to, 1, happen, and also it's honestly just the best combo piece because it's any of them. Literally, your FTK, if you remember correctly, is any 4 Igknight combo pieces, and at least 2 of them have to be a level 6 or level 4, or if you have 2 level 3s, you're able to do it too. It's just a little bit harder, but it still just makes it viable. But yeah, these are here just to increase the amount of combo cards in the deck because Chicken Game is absent. But 1 Fusion Gate, 1 Black Garden, 1 Ghost Trick Parade to search off Ghost Trick Angel in case you don't have a field spell. That way you can do the FTK. Literally, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which Ghost Trick field spell you play. You can play literally any of them. It's a card you're going to set and then pop with Ancient Fairy Dragon to start getting into your field spells that matter, the Black Garden and Fusion Gate. But 2 copies of Refusion to search off Vylon Cube, 3 Summoner's Arts for consistency reasons, 2 Painful Decisions to search any of the other combo pieces, Rhoda, I'm sure you can see the trend, getting more combo pieces. Sometimes you do actually Rhoda for the Blazeman though, if you do draw it. Depends on what the rest of your Igknight hand was structured as. 1 Fusion Substitute for the Blazeman, and triple Terraforming just to be, again, additional combo pieces. Even though Chicken Game is no longer in the build, Ignition Phoenix being such a good combo piece that isn't restricted to once per turn for all Ignition Phoenix's names, makes it actually just very good and warranting playing these. Also, you could just go straight for other field spells if you already have multiples of these, but basically this just gives you 6 copies of literally any Igknight card in your deck. If you open like 3 Ignition Phoenix plus 1 of these, like, it's still just good. But anyway, extra deck, 11 of these cards are mandatory for the FTK to happen. Well, more of like 10 of them, and then 1 is just kind of just like outlining you kind of need this card, which is Ghost Trick Alucard. But basically all of these 10 cards are essential, and then the other cards, including Alucard, are just kind of leeway cards that you can just play based off if you feel like you might be playing real games of Yu-Gi-Oh! But anyway, extra deck, triple Blaze Phoenix with the Burning Bombardment Bird, the FTK Win Condition, 1 Elder Entity Norden, 2 copies of Ancient Fairy Dragon, 1 number 42 Galaxy Tomahawk, 1 Beatrice the Eternal Lady, 1 Ghost Trick Angel of Mischief, 1 number 58 Burner Visor, and 1 Ghost Trick Alucard. Now the reason Alucard is kind of in that gray area between necessary for the FTK part of the extra deck or just the non-necessary cards is that it kind of goes either way, but Alucard existing is the reason why you play all these level 3s, and it's what makes hands clumped with level 3s possible to FTK with, especially if you go second and you go into fields of 1 back row. Like, you're able to make Alucard potentially pop that back row and then put Ghost Trick Angel of Mischief on top of it, and then use its effect to search a field spell. But that's also just what makes it relevant for the FTK going first, is that if you have multiples of the 3s and it's hard for you to get multiple 4s into circulation, and you actually just can only warrant getting the Blazeman, then you're able to make Ghost Trick Angel of Mischief and leave Blazeman on board, and make Alucard and Beatrice, and then Alucard gets ranked up into Ghost Trick Angel. It's all relative, but the remaining 4 cards in the extra deck are literally just freebie spots to play like actual games of Yu-Gi-Oh! Number 39, Utopia Beyond for the Cosmo matchup if you have to actually play the actual game. Same thing with Heroic Champion Excalibur. It's just kind of a beater to get over problematic things like Dark Destroyer and stuff like that. Castell, because generic spinning is typically good, and Abyss Dweller for against Mermail and Burning Abyss. Now the side deck, your sideboard pattern with this deck is literally going to be try to FTK them game 1, and you're going to try to side into regular Ignites for games 2 and possibly 3. You literally smokescreen side almost every time with this deck, whether or not, literally if you play this deck IRL, you're going to be wanting to smokescreen side all of the cards in and then take cards out based off of what you are going to be wanting to portray to your opponent, because if they side in cards for the FTK engine and then you just start playing regular Ignites with like Tyrant's Throws and stuff like that, then it's going to obviously throw some different vibes. And then if you do it again, even if you, it basically just makes it a guessing game on what deck you stick with. You could be playing the FTK, or you could be playing regular Ignites, and it makes it to where people have very, very odd siding patterns for you. But anyway, literally the first 10 cards in the side deck are just triple Royal Magical Library, triple MST, 1 Instant Fusion, and 3 Tyrant's Throws. And then the last 5 cards in the extra deck are all extra deck cards. Karn Gorgon, 1 Rogniad, whatever the fuck it is, Heroic Champion Rognomiad, Photon Strike Bouncer, number 61 Volcasaurus, and a Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger. Now, like I said, the reason I have the deck arranged in this way, specifically the extra deck, is that these are all essential for the FTK, but these are the cards that you start taking out if you want to start putting these in. Basically, the cards that I end up taking out when I board these 5 in is I take out the 3 Blaze Phoenixes, and then I take out the 2 Ancient Fairy Dragons, because Beatrice is still a beater. This can still, like, be, the Isle card can still be used. Burner Visor, I mean, you just don't have enough spaces to warrant taking out everything, and this can be used to stall. Like, all these things are actual relative points, but the only cards you are literally never going to make is going to be Ancient Fairy Dragon and Blaze Phoenix, because you are going to be taking the method of making those cards out of the deck. And that's the reason why there's an Instant Fusion here as well, so you can actually still make the Norden in-sided games. But you take out 10 cards out of the main deck if you want to side into regular Ignites for the Game 2-3 strategy. And basically, you don't touch either of the 2 top rows, obviously, because those are combo cards. But you take out Blaze Man, you take out Violent Cube, you take out Fusion Gate, Black Garden, and Ghost Trick Parade, refusions, so that's automatically 7 cards. You take out the Fusion Substitute, and that's 8. And then you take out 1 copy of Ignition Phoenix and 1 copy of Terraforming, leaving you at 2 Ignition Phoenix, 2 Terraforming in the deck, and then that's your 10. So you literally just have a very, very combo-oriented Ignite deck that has the Tyrant's Throws in it for the potential Floodgate capability. And that's also why Karn Gorgon is here, is that Karn Gorgon, first turn Karn Gorgon, while you have a Tyrant's Throws set that's live that you can flip, is very powerful. Same thing with like making Bouncer and protecting Tyrant's Throws. It's all very relative. The only oddball choice here is Volcasaurus, and the only reason it's in here is because these are all what I expected to be really high impact cards. And Volcasaurus, even though I only have 2 level 5s in the deck, because of the nature of how the deck functions, the deck is very quick at cycling through cards, and if you are in a sided game, it is very easy for you to actually get these both in your extra deck ready and waiting. And Volcasaurus into Gaia Charger can just be a game ender, and it's very high impact, and it's honestly, I couldn't think of any other card that would warrant this spot better than Volcasaurus, even though there is only literally 2 cards in the deck that you can use to make it. But that is this entire deck and strategy and analysis and discussion and like stratagem guide, I guess, if you want to call it that. If you want to play this deck, feel free, go for it. I basically did this a little bit different from how I do usual videos, because I usually don't talk about the side deck because it is a conversion side, and the fact that if you want to play this deck, you're likely going to be playing it in a format where matches matter. And while this deck is very consistent at FTKing, once you get into sided games, you are going to potentially have a lot of issues going forth into those areas. So wanted to talk about how you actually alleviate that, and that is by literally siding into regular Ignites and catching your opponent off guard both game 2 and potentially game 3, depending on how, you know, what kind of quality of a player they are, what their caliber is, and if they can catch what's going on quick enough. But basically, that is going to be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about this deck profile in the comments down below. Like I said, I don't condone playing this at anything, but I know some people that definitely are going to, and I have been talking theory with them for a solid day, so, I mean, shit. Suicide watch, get ready. But other than that, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the nonsense you usually do. Links are in the description to my Facebook links as well as my Twitch links if you want to check those out. definitely feel free to do so. That is why they are there. If you want to support me, clicking ads on my videos and disabling your ad blocker if you have it on is more than sufficient. I can't express how much it helps and cannot express how much it would be overly appreciated by myself. But other than that, that is all for this video. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or just any thoughts about this deck in general, leave them in the comments down below. I'd be happy to see them and address them if there are questions. But other than that, as always, guys, take care.